Biden has been elected President of the United States. He is President-elect Joseph Robinette Biden.
With this victory, Kamala Harris is set to become the first woman and the first person of color to be the vice president.
All right.
Hi. Sorry to keep you.
That's all right. You ready to go to work?
Hello, good morning. Today I'm going to do a book review written by a veteran journalist, Dan Morain, on Kamala's Way, An American Life. The book is published by Simon & Schuster, New York, January 2021. Let's check it out. How did the daughter of two immigrants, her mother from India and her father from Jamaica in segregated California, rise to become America's first black female vice president? Kamala, pronounced as Kamala, did it Kamala's Way. This book is an extremely powerful biography on Kamala Harris, the daughter of immigrants who came to California in search of higher education and better lives. She and her younger sister, Maya, were raised by a single mother, Shamala Gopalan, a no-nonsense cancer researcher who understood that she was raising two black daughters, but nonetheless wanted her daughters to celebrate that clarity. Dan Morain, the veteran journalist, admits, though, that her relationship with her father, Donald Harris, is unclear. Kamala's Way was written by Dan Morain, who had covered California policy, politics, and justice-related issues for over 4 decades, including 27 years at Los Angeles Times and 3 years at the Sacramento Bee, where he was the editorial page editor. In August last year, he was assigned to write Kamala's biography with a deadline by November 2020. Covering the state of California since November 1984, Dan has watched her ascent over those years. Thus, besides relying on dozens of sources, Dan wrote Kamala's biography with first-hand knowledge of the events he had already been reporting. This book has 34 chapters consisting of 272 pages and was published on January 12, 2021. Dan wrote the biography, which is considered to be a crucially important portrayal of timing in politics matters, with a finesse only an experienced political editor like himself. We have heard a lot of great things being said about Kamala. Nevertheless, Dan wrote that one day she might become a district attorney or an attorney general or a senator or a vice president. People who knew her in college say she was not a standout, did not graduate summa cum laude, magna cum laude or cum laude. Although political experience are incontrovertibly recorded in it, overall this book is not really a book about politics. Instead, it is thoroughly about Kamala, a woman who has gotten a taste of politics and wanted more. She is described as having attention to details and a talent for getting around closed doors. She has been a fast-rising prosecutor, handling child molestation cases and homicide, fighting neutralized gangs, protecting sex workers in San Francisco District Attorney, and has become the first black female Attorney General in California history. Kamala has been the United States Congress Senator, the youngest elected official in that role when she launched a bid for the president in 2020. Her initial training as a prosecutor has unmistakably prepared her for that political journey. It was known that whoever would be picked as the Vice President by Joe Biden would be the immediate front-runner for the Democratic presidential nomination after he would have served for 4 or 8 years. The readers should like to read this book themselves because the way the author writes about the ways of Kamala, who became a first senator despite having been recognized on occasions as being overly cautious on issues when she was the district attorney or the attorney general of California. The author stresses that Kamala has shown herself as being adept for not taking any stand when doing so is not politically necessary, whereas she has only taken positions when she needs to and when those stands might help her politically. In this regard, Dan reveals her understanding of one of the truths about politics, that whenever a politician takes a stand, she or he risks alienating someone. Dan discusses Kamala's fast rise, defining Kamala as being cautious on a lot of issues and always thinks multiple steps ahead, as she made her bold decision to run for the United States Senate. After just 5 years into her tenure as an Attorney General, and by doing so, in a way she left some issues for her successors to solve. However, she is a shrewd strategist who is unafraid to play hardball in American sharp elbow politics and is also capable of pulling her punches whenever it suits her. For instance, she was declared her intention to run for California Attorney General in 2010, which was 2 years ahead of the election. She was demonstrating her way of coming out early, big and bold, with the goal of bearing down the field of likely opponents. Dan also analyzed her behind-the-scenes presidential campaign, her failure as a presidential candidate when she ended up early on her campaign, but she wished to land on the vice president spot. By dropping out early, she saved herself from the embarrassment of losing big because an embarrassing loss in the advanced stages of the presidential campaign would have raised questions about her viability as a candidate in the years to come. Dan highlights Kamala's District Attorney, available now at your local bookstore. It has 34 chapters and 272 pages. The book is published by Simon & Schuster, New York, and is currently at your local bookstore. Check out this book. Thank you. See you next time.